Assalamu alaikum. This is Mohammed Singh welcoming you to the English news from Btv-Chattogram. Let's begin with the top stories. BNP government's first budget for fiscal year 2026 to 27 outlining human economy passed in Shongbad. Chattogram City Corporation announces budget of over 2,200 crore taka for fiscal year 2026 to 27. Judge President Hassanul Haq sentenced to 10 years in prison in case of crimes against humanity in July uprising. No decision yet on another barrage over Tista with Chinese funding, while appropriate watershed to be taken from India, says Information and Broadcasting Advisor. Distinguished cultural personality and former BTV Director General Mustafa Manor laid to eternal rest. High-level meeting between US and Iran to take place in Doha to cease retaliatory attacks and maintain normal shipping in Strait of Hormuz. Viewers, those were the top stories. Now moving on to the details. Budget for the 2026-27 fiscal passed at Shongbad today. The budget was passed through passing of the Appropriation Bill 2026. Finance Minister Amir Khusro Mohammad Chaudhry placed the bill for passing in the Parliament. Earlier, voting on grant demand for the 2026-27 fiscal was held at Shongbad today. Earlier, session of the House started with Deputy Speaker Barrister Qaisar Kamal in the chair. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman was present at the House. At the beginning of the session, scheduled question and answer of the day were placed on table. Later, Finance and Planning Minister Amir Khusro Mohammad Chaudhry put forward grant demand for different departments for his ministry. Members of Parliament took part in discussion and cut motion on the grant demand. Besides, Commerce Minister Khandakar Abul Muqtadir put forward grant demand for the Ministry of Commerce, Foreign Minister Dr. Khalilur Rahman for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on behalf of Prime Minister, Home Minister Salahuddin Ahmed for the Ministry of Defence and Armed Forces Division, Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Minister Muhammad Asadujaman for the Department of Law and Justice, Dr. A.N.M. Hassanul Haq Milan for the Ministry of Primary and Mass Education and Secondary and Higher Education Department, Abu Jafar Muhammad Zaid Hussain for the Ministry of Social Welfare, Information and Broadcasting Minister Johiruddin Shapon for the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir for the Local Government Division and Rural Development and Cooperatives Division, and Power, Energy and Mineral Resources Minister Iqbal Hassan Mahmood put forward grant demand for the Energy and Mineral Resources Division. During the voting, leader of the opposition, Dr. Mohammad Shafiqur Rahman, proposed the House to withdraw cut motions on the grant demand to speed up the procedure of the House. Speaker Major Retired Hafizuddin Ahmed B. Bikram conducted the Shongbad session at that time. The Chattogram City Corporation announced a budget of 2,260 crore and 24 lakh taka for the fiscal year 2026-27. City Mayor Dr. Shahdat Hussain announced the budget for the new fiscal year at the city's Theatre Institute in the afternoon. The mayor also announced the revised budget for the 2025-26 fiscal year. This is his second budget as the mayor. In this year's budget of the Chattogram City Corporation, emphasis has been placed on income from its own sources in addition to government grants. The corporation plans to collect 1,197 crore 62 lakh taka from its own sources out of the total budget. Of this, the target for collection in the house tax and other taxes has been set at 811 crore 90 lakh taka, and the target for the development grant sector has been set at 975 crore taka. In this year's budget, 112 crore taka has been allocated to solving waterlogging, one of the main problems of the city, as special emphasis has been given on this. In the last fiscal year, 75 crore taka was allocated for this sector. 25 crore taka has been allocated for city's mosquito control program in the budget, as the sector has also received importance. The city corporation allocated 9 crore taka in mosquito control in the previous fiscal year. Acting Chief Executive Officer Mohammad Ashraful Amin and Chief Accounts Officer Mohammad Humayun Kabir Chaudhary, along with senior officials of the city corporation, were present on the occasion. The International Crimes Tribunal 2 has convicted and sentenced former Information Minister Hassanul Haque to 10 years imprisonment for crimes against humanity committed in connection with the killing of 6 people in Kushtia during the 2024 July mass uprising. The 3-member tribunal led by Justice Nazrul Islam Chaudhary pronounced the judgment this afternoon. The ICT2 sentenced Dinu to 10 years rigorous imprisonment under Church Number 3, a 10-year jail and a fine of 1 lakh taka under Church Number 6, with the fine to be paid to the victims as compensation, and another 10 years imprisonment and a fine of taka 1 lakh under Church Number 7. The sentences, however, shall run concurrently, meaning the convict will have to serve a total of 10 years in prison, the verdict said. The tribunal acquitted him of the Church Number 1, 2, 4, 5 and 8. Chief Prosecutor Mohammad Aminul Islam and Prosecutor Farooq Ahmed argued for the prosecution, while Senior Advocate Mansur Haq Chaudhary represented Inu. The prosecution filed the formal charge on September 25, 2025, and the tribunal took it into cognizance the same day. The second tribunal on June 22 said June 30 for pronouncing the verdict in the case. Prime Minister's advisor on Information and Broadcasting, Dr. Jahidur Rahman, has said that China's participation in the Digital Master Plan will not lead to any deterioration in Bangladesh's relations with India. He made the remarks today during the regular press briefing at the Secretariat. Responding to a question regarding Bangladesh's connectivity with China through Myanmar, the information advisor said the government would view any regional connectivity initiative positively, considering the protection of national interest as well as the country's economic and strategic benefits. Replying to another question from journalists, the information advisor said there is a court order prohibiting the broadcast and publication of statements made by convicted former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. He said it would be inappropriate to broadcast or publish such statements in violation of the court's order. He also said the government would look into the display of flags bearing the kalima in different parts of the country. He asked everyone to remain vigilant to ensure that the issue doesn't send the wrong message to the international community. Bangladesh Television BTV paid its final respects to eminent artist Mustafa Manwar with deep love and reverence. His funeral prayer was held on the BTV premises in the morning, where his colleagues and current artists and staff members participated. Information and Broadcasting Minister Jahiruddin Shapun said Bangladesh Television would continue to carry out its responsibility of broadcasting Mustafa Manwar's creative works. The Information Minister expressed hope that Mustafa Manwar's work would continue to inspire future generations. Colleagues became emotional as they recall memories of the beloved artist following his passing. Mustafa Monwar, the son of renowned poet Ghulam Mustafa, also maintained a childlike spirit within his family. His family said the creative artist's only regret was that he could not contribute even more through his work. Mustafa Monwar made outstanding contribution to various fields of the arts, including a puppet theater, a painting, music, and drama. Distinguished personalities said his passing would create a great void in the nation's cultural life. Now, international news. United States President Donald Trump has claimed that Iran has requested a meeting following the exchange of strikes last week and said it will take place in Qatar on Tuesday. The announcement came after Iran held its first talks with Oman on managing the Strait of Hormuz since the US-Iran deal was signed, and as Washington and Tehran agreed to hold their attacks, which had strained the agreement. White House spokesman Caroline Leavitt later told Fox News that U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff and Trump's advisor and son-in-law Jared Kushner will be flying to Doha for a high-level meeting this week. Whereas Iran's foreign ministry denied any planned meeting with the U.S., but said it will send an expert delegation to Doha to follow up on the release of frozen Iranian funds. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Ismail Baghei on Monday staunchly denied any sit-down with the Americans. Iran's exercise of control over the highly strategic strait has sparked repeated flare-ups, the latest of which came early Sunday, when U.S. Central Command said it had attacked 10 Iranian military targets over continued Iranian aggression against commercial shipping. Iran said it retaliated with strikes against U.S. bases in the Kuwait and Bahrain. The blockade remains the key sticking point in the negotiations. 6 people, including 4 women, were killed in a shooting at a youth welfare center in the northern German city of Stade. The women and a man were shot dead inside the welfare center, while a 6th person was seriously injured and later died in hospital. Police said the first shot was heard at the Social Assistance Center on the Dunkerstrasse in the city center shortly after 12 p.m. local time. All of the victims were employees of the organization. Investigating police said the deadly shooting was the result of a custody dispute. Investigating officers said the suspect was scheduled to appear at a hearing on Monday regarding the custody of his 3-month-old daughter, and the attack occurred during the hearing.